Hi there, and thanks for watching. This video is to show how I go about making this Celtic knot style sterling silver wrist chain. At the end of this video I'll show other variations I've made with a bending jig. It's made up of 9 of these square shaped knots that have 4 loops. It has a thin profile and is very flexible. To help terminate the chain neatly, the last knot link is made up of 3 loops. The clasps I like to use are called lobster claw, and they come in all sorts of shapes, sizes and materials. I buy all my materials from a company in the UK called Cooks & Gold, who I find very trustworthy, professional and reliable. A quick look at their website shows lots of lobster claws to choose from. The whole chain is made from 1mm sterling silver round wire. The overall width finishes at 15.5mm. The length of this chain is to fit a small wrist and measures 210mm. To make this is very economical on silver and weighs in at only 10 grams. Attaching this chain is easy if you allow the eyelet end to hang down, leaving your free hand to operate the clasp. Going back to Cooks & Gold, I can have a quick look at costings. 1.5 meters of 1mm wire would cost £14 and have a weight of just over 12 grams. The 11mm lobster clasp I've used would cost £1.30, although you can get a discount if you buy 10 items or more. Okay, so now let's get on with the making part of this chain. The bending jig, I'm using a small lump of hardwood. I love using these shape templates, they make life very easy. A 5mm aluminium knitting needle, a sharp point and a pen. I'll cut 4 pegs from the knitting needle, keeping the sharp end for one of them. To demonstrate, I'm using copper wire. It works similar to silver and is great for practicing techniques. Side cutters are perfect for this job because I need to make the overall length slightly shorter, so after soldering the link can be stretched back into shape. A quick clean up and then the most important bit of this knot is to bend the end of the wire under the starting end to create an infinite look to the knot. Don't worry about the shape at the moment, just get the ends to meet neatly. After soldering it will all be pulled back into shape with a peg jig. I use hard solder paste, it's great for small items. The peg with a tapered end allows me to stretch the loops back into shape. Then finally I mount the knot back onto the jig, stretching and pulling it back into alignment. When I'm happy with the shape, I clean and pickle the knot, then tap it flat with a soft hammer, ready for soldering the inner crossovers. This time I'm using medium solder. The 3-loop knot is made in the same way as the 4-loop. Going back to the completed silver chain, you can see the small connecting links have a flat elongated profile. This is achieved by first connecting the knots with round soldered links that are flattened later once the entire chain has been assembled. These small links have been made using a 3.5mm mandrel. This last solder joint in the sequence I'm using easy solder paste. I've made this simple tool out of steel to help prevent me over squashing the small links. It has a thickness of 1.3mm. I've cut a notch out of it so to leave a peg of about 2mm wide. Being slightly thicker than the 1mm wire used to make the knot, it will prevent the link from being pinched when I squash it with pliers. Last but not least, I attach my lobster claw by cutting the last loop with a saw and then re-soldering it closed. Here's some other examples of stuff I've made using peg bending jigs. The 4-loop square knot makes quick, simple and lightweight earrings. These ones I've slightly hammered and textured the outside edges. Other shapes can easily be made to complement each other with never-ending variations on a theme. I use longer peg jigs to bend wire into shapes before assembling into rings. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you haven't fallen asleep. I would love to receive some comments and feedback on my attempts at making this first video. Ta-ra for now.